Hello and welcome to Big Orbit's Cardfight Vanguard weekly update. My name is James and today I'll be going through the card shown since last Wednesday. I have been away for a little bit, but these episodes should be coming out more regularly now. But starting off with a bang, we have Oracle Queen Himiko, the VR for Genesis. She has Act Vanguard Circle once per turn, cost Soul Blast 5, put a critical or draw trigger from your soul to the bottom of your deck, and that trigger effect activates once for each grade of your opponent's Vanguard. More often than not, this will allow you to activate the skill 3 times. Soul Blasting 5 is big, but there are ways to reduce that through skills of other units. The problem is getting the trigger in the soul. This is helped by a few of the units we'll see soon, but luckily Genesis do have other strong grade 3s to fall back on if you don't have the right soul for the job. You can split the effect in any combination that you wish, so you can give all 3 effects to 1 unit, or give 1 each to 3 units, etc. Eternal Goddess Iwana Gahime is another grade 3. She's a double R with Act Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle once per turn, cost Soul Blast 3, draw a card, and put a card from your hand into your soul, and increase this unit's power by 2 times of the shield value of the card put into the soul until the end of the turn. So naturally the way to get her to her most powerful state as possible is to put a heal trigger into the soul, giving her plus 40,000 power. Though it may be better to give her a critical or draw trigger and put into the soul this way, as Himiko can then work off that. The amazing thing about this is it works on Rearguard Circle too, making her an extremely strong unit. And if you have a couple of heals in your hand, 2 of Iwana Gahime on Rearguard Circle can make for a great finisher. A smaller version of Iwana Gahime is the Triple R Grade 2 Battle Maiden Sahohime. Her skill is Auto Rearguard Circle when placed, costs Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 2. Draw 2 of cards and put a card from your hand into your soul. Increase this unit's power by the shield of the card put into the soul until the end of the turn. It's less power than Iwana Gahime, but you do get the extra card out of it, and like Iwana Gahime, you can fuel Himiko's ability through this card. To continue the supporting cards, we have Grade 1 Battle Maiden Mihi Karihime. She has Auto Rearguard Circle when placed from hand, reduce the next time you Soul Blast by 3 until the end of the turn. We've seen a similar ability to this before, but this ability doesn't cost a Counterblast, with its downfall being the on place. But still, a large reduction like this is very good. It makes Iwana Gahime and Sahohime's Soul Blast costs free and halves Himiko's cost. Another unit's cost it makes free is Witch of Frogs Melissa. She's another grade 1 with the interesting skill of Auto Rearguard Circle when placed from hand, costs Soul Blast 3. Your opponent looks at the same number of cards from the top of his or her deck as this number of his or her rearguards, calls them to Rearguard Circle with a unit, and shuffles the deck. Your opponent's abilities cannot activate due to I really like this ability, as you'll more often than not get 1 or 2 triggers included in those cards and can really screw up your opponent's formation. If you're playing against Axel, I feel it doesn't affect them as badly for field power due to their Axel circles, but seeing as they'll have more circles, it will hurt them in the fact that they'll be decking out faster. It's not the strongest card due to its high cost if it can't be reduced, but I find it to be a very interesting card and would love to see it in action. The champion of pencils himself, Hamsuke, is back in all 3 of his original forms for Great Nature. The Grade 1 Pencil Squire Hamsuke has continuous Rearguard Circle. If your Vanguard is Pencil Hero Hamsuke, this unit gets plus 4,000 power. And it also has Auto Rearguard Circle at the end of the turn, cost Soul Blast 1 and put this unit into your soul. Search your deck for 1 Pencil Knight Hamsuke, reveal it and put it into your hand. Before I go into it too much, Pencil Knight Hamsuke, the Grade 2, has continuous Rearguard Circle. If your Vanguard is Pencil Hero Hamsuke, this unit gets plus 3,000 power, and continuous Vanguard Circle during the battle that this unit attacked. If you have a Pencil Squire Hamsuke in your soul, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. With the skill of the first Hamsuke, this is an easy power buff, and free too once that Hamsuke is in your soul. Finally for the trio, we naturally have the Grade 3 Pencil Hero Hamsuke. He's a Triple R with Auto Vanguard Circle when placed. If you have a Pencil Knight Hamsuke and a Pencil Squire Hamsuke in your soul, cost discard 2 cards from your hand. You get 1 imaginary gift Axel, search your deck for up to 1 Pencil Knight Hamsuke and Pencil Squire Hamsuke, call them to Rearguard Circle and shuffle your deck. This is very powerful if you can activate it. Discarding 2 isn't much of a cost as you get 2 rearguards who both power themselves up, and 2 Axel circles the first time you ride is going to really put you ahead. The trouble getting Pencil Knight into the soul as the only way to search him is through Pencil Squire's skill, and you can't get him in the soul unless you ride. If you can pull off this pseudo ride chain though, it will be very good to accelerate the match. Also, these three make a great addition to the premium Hamsuke deck, as their old versions are pretty bad these days. Armed Instructor Bison is a RR grade 3 with auto Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle. When it attacks, costs counterblast 1, and one of your other rear guards gets plus 5000 power till the end of the turn. If this unit is on your Vanguard Circle, stand that rear guard. What makes this unit so good is that Binoculars Tiger's effect isn't once per turn, so standing that back up is a very good choice with this ability, as Binoculars Tiger is very powerful. For premium players, we've also seen how good Crayon Tiger is, so continuing the effect of standing one buffed up brute unit back up again may be something you want to go for with this unit. Heavy Brain Myrmidon is also a grade 3, but a common, so it doesn't have the gift marker. Its skill is Act, Vanguard Circle, cost Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1 grade 3. Until the end of the turn, all of your front row units get plus 10,000 power and your opponent cannot intercept. It's a problem that it only works on Vanguard Circle, but the huge power to your wide Axel field could be adding up to 50 or 60,000 in total. I wouldn't really recommend using this, but if you do, you probably want it as one, as this huge power buff can make the difference. On to Gear Chronicle, the VR is the grade 4 Interdimensional Dragon Mystery Flare Dragon. Its skill is Auto Vanguard Circle when placed, activate all the effects below according to the sum of the grades of your face-up cards in your bind zone. 3 or more, this unit gets Drive plus 1 until the end of the turn. 7 or more, this unit gets plus 1 critical till the end of the turn. 13 or more, 6 of your units get plus 10,000 power till the end of the turn, and 19 or more, at the end of the turn, discard your entire hand and you get an additional turn. You cannot ride during this turn. I haven't seen any playtests of Gear Chronicle just yet, so I'm not sure how quickly getting to a grade 19 bind zone will be, but if you can ever pull it off, you've basically won at that point, because with the force markers, your field will maintain a strong power even if you can't pseudo stride. You could also just ride this unit as normal once you get to 19, as Lost Legend will just be a vanilla on the extra turn like this card, but at least this card will have a slightly higher power. Using this early if you can through Lost Legend skill would also be good, as just having that plus 1 drive would be great. Though you'll most likely want to use Idealized Dragon for the early game to gain a larger field for free. Steam Mechanic Nabu is a grade 2 with auto Rearguard Circle when it attacks a Vanguard, costs bind the card from your drop zone, and your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater cards from his or her hand until the end of the battle. At the end of the battle, put this unit into your soul and draw a card. Binding from the drop zone can be useful to combo off Lost Legends skill, after discarding a grade 3 to help fuel the grade 4's abilities. Soul Charging is also very good, and you'll most likely get something that has equal or more shield value with the draw after this goes into the soul. We have 3 cards that work together for Gear Chronicle too. To start off, we have the grade 3 Steam Expert Xerix. He's a common without a gift and has auto Vanguard Circle when placed. This unit gets plus 10,000 power until the end of the turn. And he also has auto Rearguard Circle when your Vanguard is placed. Your guards and this unit get plus 5,000 power till the end of the turn. So his second skill can actually activate twice, as you can ride Lost Legend and then ride again into a grade 4 through its skill, giving this unit plus 10k on your Rearguard Circle. But this still isn't very good as a grade 3. Steam Fighter Ahane is a grade 2 with Act, Rearguard Circle once per turn, cost Counterblast 1 and bind a card from your hand. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards in the front row and put it to the bottom of your deck. Call a Steam Expert Xerix from your drop zone to Rearguard Circle. If you have a Steam Fighter Memene on Rearguard Circle, you may ride it instead of calling it. This is good for an early ride, but without a gift, getting that early ride isn't too impressive. To tie these all together, we have the grade 1 Steam Fighter Memene. Her skill is auto Rearguard Circle once per turn. When your Vanguard is placed, draw a card and discard a card from your hand. If you discarded the grade 3 or greater, 3 of your units get plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. This is probably the most useful out of all the 3, and does make the other 2 work. But I don't think these 3 are very useful altogether. Memene may see play with the usefulness of filtering the hand, and the pseudo stride fodder can activate the skill to its max potential. All of the small bits like triggers, PGs, and starting vanguards have also been revealed for this set. For the starting vanguards, we have Aiming for the Stars Artemis for Genesis, Primordial Draco Kid for Gear Chronicle, and Blackboard Parrot for Great Nature. For the grade 1 PGs, we have Genesis's Manager of Hope, Pandora, Steam Artist Aberrata for Gear Chronicle, and Speculate Chipmunk for Great Nature. The grade 0 perfect guards are Goddess of Self-Sacrifice Kushinada, Steam Guard Castelia, and Cable Sheep. All the vanilla cards are Deity of Sheep Farming Avolos, a grade 2 for Genesis, Missing Camp Dragon, a grade 2 for Gear Chronicle, and Tried Dog, a 9k grade 1 for Great Nature. Onto the triggers. Genesis's triggers are Cyber Tiger and Battle Maiden Kukuri Hime as the critical triggers, Talisman Angel as the draw, and Witch of Big Pots as the heal. Gear Chronicles are Ringing Worker and Steam Bomber Jiggle as the crits, Chirping Worker as the draw, and Steam Doctor Multash as the heal. And Great Natures are Triangle Cobra and Ruler Chameleon as the crits, Alarm Chicken and Castanet Donkey as the fronts, Slip Pangolin as the draw, and Dictionary Goat as the heal. We've also seen a handful of cards from the next 2 trial decks. For Narukami's cards, we start off with the Sidekick grade 3, Durus Clap Dragon. Its skill is auto rearguard circle when placed. Choose up to one of your opponent's rearguards, move it to another open rearguard circle in the same column as that unit, and this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. This can place hiding boosters in a vulnerable spot. Nice for Narukami that get rid of the front row. And it may not keep power like the previous grade 3s in trial decks, but it's nice to see the second grade 3 actually having some kind of more interesting skill than just gaining power. To show us the new style of Narukami better, we have the grade 2 Excess Streak Dragon. His ability is Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards in the front row and bind it. And if that unit was bound, this unit gets plus 10,000 power. So instead of retiring then binding, this just straight up binds, which gets around things like Promised Daughter. It does make me wonder what they will be doing with Nubutama, with this being the case. Hopefully not hand discarding, and instead maybe something new for the clan. The problem with this card is its low power. I'm not sure why the power is so low, with a heavy cost too, but hopefully we'll be seeing some other binding cards for the clan, and the reason for its low base power may be because it's gaining 10k power as well. Thunderstorm Dragoon is another grade 2. Continuous rearguard circle during your turn. If your opponent has one or less rearguards in the front row, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. So Narukami will specialize in getting rid of the front row like the old times, but also mixed with binding from the G era. This card is pretty nice for hitting magic numbers against Force clans though, which is great to see. Lastly for this week, we have Oracle Think Tank's Battle Sister Orangette. She's a vanilla grade 2, but she's a new kind of vanilla. She has no shield value, but has 12k power, so she is the same power value as a grade 3 Protector XL, but naturally would work great if you go first to get the early defense buff, especially good against rushing opponents. And that's everything for this week. There has been a lot to go through this week, but we finally get to see the new VRs. Please let me know your feelings on the new cards and tell me which of the 3 clans from Answer of the Truth are your favourite. Personally, I like the idea of Genesis's goal because I like how the cards are split into 2, one where they use the cost and one where they try to reduce the cost. I quite like that thing going on, and I really like Witcher Toad's Melissa. Like I said, I know she's not the best, but I think she's a really interesting card and I would like to test her out myself. So out of those, I think that's my favourite out of the 3, but please let me know yours. And be sure to check out next week when I'll be going through the cards shown throughout the next 7 days. So I'll see you then. Bye.